It was this day last year when farmers began their unprecedented peaceful protest against the three farm laws. They camped, of course, at Delhi's borders at various points, bracing extreme weather, whether it was summer, whether it was heat or cold. Hundreds of farmers are again today coming towards the national capital. Today to mark the first anniversary of their protest, which forced the government to repeal the farm laws. But they're still saying they're not satisfied. They want a law guaranteeing minimum support price.
Exactly 365 days ago, Delhi's borders became the epicenter of farmers' agitation. A year on, there has been a big change.
आज मैं आपको, पूरे देश को ये बताने आया हूं कि हमने 3 कृषि कानूनों को वापस लेने का, रिपील करने का निर्णय लिया है.
But still, some things remain unchanged. Delhi's borders still remain a flashpoint and Kisan Krodh continues to simmer. The agitation is old, but now the demands are new.
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो ऐलान किया हम उनका स्वागत करते हैं. हम एमएसपी पर जो कानून बनाना है उसकी कमेटी कैसे बनती है, उसकी दिशा और दशा क्या होगी, उसके बारे में भी वेट करें और ये सभी मांगे वेट करेंगे. अगर हमारा हल कर देंगे तो हम वापस जाएंगे.
Now, to commemorate the completion of 1 year of protest, farmers loaded in tractors are reaching Delhi's borders once again.
तो ये कहा जा रहा है कि किसान आंदोलन को 1 साल पूरा हो गया है और इस पूरे दौर पर जो संघर्ष हुआ उसमें काफ़ी किसानों की जानें गई हैं. इसके अलावा किसान तीनों कृषि कानूनों के अलावा अपनी अन्य मांगों पर भी विचार करने के लिए एक बार दिल्ली की तरफ बड़ी तादाद में रुख कर रहे हैं.
Police is taking extra precautions. For farmers, there is a sense of double celebration. First, the anniversary of farm protest. And second, in jubilation of farm laws rollback.
पंजाब के किसानों के लिए तो it is more than 2/3, it is about 3/4. क्योंकि पंजाब के किसान मुख्य रूप में 3 कानून को रिपील करवाने के लिए आए थे और बाकी जो मुद्दे पड़े हैं अभी एमएसपी का या केसेस वापस लेने का, शहीदों को कंपेंसेशन, रिहेबिलिटेशन का, वो अभी पेंडिंग है.
संसद में भी उसको अप्रूवल मिल जाएगी तब पूरा जश्न होगा. लेकिन जो जश्न मनाने जा रहे हैं वो ये है कि 1 साल पीसफुल, इतना शांति से आंदोलन चला है, वो भी सेलिब्रेट करने की बात है.
हम इतना भी खुशी नहीं मना रहे जब तक जे लिखती रूप में पार्लियामेंट के सेशन के दौरान जे हमें मिल नहीं जाता, एमएसपी पर गारंटी कानून नहीं बनता, तब तक हम घर नहीं जाएंगे.
Apart from MSP legislation, farmers have made it clear that they won't return to their homes until centre withdraws pending cases against protesters. Not only that, farmers demand that stubble burning should be decriminalized and centre should remove MOS home Ajay Mishra, father of Ashish Mishra, whose cavalcade allegedly rammed into farmers in Lakhimpur Kheri. For the time being, the farmers remain resilient and the agitation will continue till the laws are formally revoked in the parliament. With Amit Bharadwaj in Delhi and Satinder in Patiala, Bureau Report, India Today.
And today, expect a face-off between the centre and the opposition parties. It's Constitution Day, and that's why you're going to be seeing an all-out showdown between the opposition and the government. So the government usually celebrates Constitution Day with an event in the Central Hall of Parliament, which is attended by President Ramnath Kovind, by Vice President Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. All of them will be there. The Congress this time has said that it will not participate in Samvidhan Divas celebrations. Other opposition parties, including the TMC, RJD, DMK, the Left Party, CPI and CPIM, will also boycott the celebration. The opposition has claimed it to be a BJP event and said that the BJP is against the constitution, hence they can't attend it. The opposition has charged that the Modi government continues to trample on the constitution, but is ironically celebrating Constitution Day. India will mark 71 years of ratification of the Constitution today. The event in the Central Hall will include a reading of the preamble by President Kovind. The President will also release a digital version of the Constituent Assembly debates, along with a digital version of calligraphed copies of the Constitution. He is also going to be releasing an updated version of the Constitution that will include all amendments till date. It's a never-ending war in the Punjab Congress. You've now got the Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu saying he'll go on a hunger strike against the state government if the Congress government, the Channi government, does not make public the reports on drug menace and the sacrilege incidents in the state. This has resulted in a fresh row between Sidhu and Chief Minister Channi.
The war of Sardars is far from over. The Channi-Sidhu truce is over and the two are at each other's throats again. In yet another dramatic statement, Sidhu has threatened to go on a hunger strike over the state task force report on the drug menace in the state.
मैं आज ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ कहना जे ਇਹ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਨਾ ਖੋਲੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਨਵਜੋਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਿੱਧੂ ਆਪਣੀ ਦੇਹੀ ਦਾ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਲਾਉ ਮਰਨ ਵਰਤ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਾਓ ਜਾਓ ਕਹਤਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ
But Chief Minister Channi says the STF report is a court document and can't be opened till the court allows it. The Punjab and Haryana High Court is yet to decide on making the report public. The report, lying in a sealed cover since 2018, allegedly nails high-profile politicians and police officials in the drug trade racket. Sidhu, through tweets, has claimed that former Punjab cabinet minister and Akali Dal leader Bikram Singh Majithia is involved in a 6,000 crore synthetic drug scam. Sidhu's big attack on the Channi government comes just days after he and the chief minister addressed a joint press conference indicating that all was well.
Navjot Singh Sidhu has every right कि वो किसी भी बात पे कोई मुद्दा उठाएं क्योंकि ही इज़ माई पार्टी प्रेसिडेंट। मैंने पार्टी की आइडियोलॉजी को लागू करना है। मैं किसी पार्टी के अंडर काम कर रहा हूँ। मैं मुख्यमंत्री हूँ तो पार्टी सुप्रीम है। नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू से मेरा इससे टकराव नहीं है। मुझे अच्छा लगता है जब कोई वो बात करते हैं क्योंकि उस बात को मैंने ठीक करना है।
It's been a blow-hot, blow-cold relationship between Sidhu and Channi. Not long back, Sidhu was even caught on camera abusing Channi. The continuing war of Sardars is surely not a good omen for Congress in the election season, particularly when one is the state party chief and the other the state chief minister. With Manjeet Sehgal, Bureau Report, India Today.
Will Parambir Singh be suspended? The former Mumbai top cop returned to Mumbai after more than 200 days. India Today has learnt that the proposal for Parambir's suspension is now pending with Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. After being cleared by the Chief Minister, it will be sent to the UPSC and the MHA for ratification. Meanwhile, the former Mumbai Police Commissioner was grilled for over 6 hours by the crime branch yesterday in the extortion case. Parambir Singh said that he has joined the investigation and has full faith in the judiciary. A notice has been served to the former top cop asking him to appear for the investigation and for questioning whenever needed. Sources from the probe team said that Parambir Singh cooperated with the investigation and that he did not produce any evidence or document during the questioning. The former Mumbai Police Commissioner was booked, of course, on charges of extortion, cheating and fraud. And let's get you a report of all that played out on Thursday. The top-serving IPS officer Parambir Singh resurfaced in Mumbai after more than 200 days in hiding. He was a Mumbai Police Commissioner and went underground when multiple cases of extortion were registered against him. He in turn has accused the Maharashtra Home Minister of allegedly being involved in a 100 crore extortion racket. India Today was the first channel to track Parambir. The question remains, is he a whistleblower or part of a system now in question?
The second he touched down in Mumbai, India Today got him.
हमारे साथ हैं परमबीर सिंह, पूर्व मुंबई पुलिस कमिश्नर। सर, ये बताएंगे आप इन्वेस्टिगेशन ज्वाइन करने के लिए आए हैं?
हाँ, मैं इन्वेस्टिगेशन ज्वाइन करने आया हूँ सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश के हिसाब से।
और सर, ये जो केसेस रजिस्टर किए जा रहे हैं, उस पर आपका क्या कहना है सर?
नहीं, मुझे कुछ कहना नहीं है। जो मुझे कहना है कोर्ट में कह चुका हूँ, कोर्ट में ही कहूँगा।
Before appearing at the crime branch, we got him again.
I will definitely cooperate with the investigation as directed by the Honorable Supreme Court. I'll honor the orders of the Supreme Court.
You expect that you will get relief from the Supreme Court on the 6th of December?
I have brought all the facts and I expect justice.
What do you expect? What do you think about the cases registered against you?
Whatever I have to say, I'll say it in the court.
While other channels sit clueless and blustering, India Today got former Mumbai Police Commissioner Parambir Singh on camera not once but twice. For over 200 days, this man on your screens was missing from Mumbai and untraceable. And India Today told you first that Parambir Singh would be landing in Mumbai from Chandigarh.
तो यहाँ पर देखिए मुंबई पुलिस के पूर्व कमिश्नर कांदिवली क्राइम ब्रांच यूनिट 11 के ऑफिस में मौजूद है। आज तक पर सीधी एक्सक्लूसिव तस्वीरें यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं किस तरीके से वो इन्वेस्टिगेशन को ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं। मई 4 से वो यहाँ पर नहीं थे और अब यहाँ पर वो इन्वेस्टिगेशन को ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं और अब यहाँ पर आ चुके हैं। एक यहाँ पर पुलिस हमें कह रही है कि बाहर जाइए, यहाँ पर वो है पूरे इन्वेस्टिगेशन को साथ देंगे।
Parambir has touched down in Mumbai days after the Supreme Court granted him protection from arrest. The former Mumbai Police Commissioner had even claimed in court a threat to his life. Parambir Singh's statement to the crime branch is the biggest focus in the Maharashtra Haftagate scandal after a damning conversation was released between Parambir and the Maharashtra Director General of Police.
Write a letter withdrawing allegations against Deshmukh. Say allegations against Deshmukh were a sudden outburst. Don't write about ending inquiry against you in the letter. First, send an unsigned hard copy of the letter for me to check. Then send a signed copy of the letter through proper channels. We will negotiate ending the investigation against you over a letter. I'm on your side, but we won't give letter until demands are met.
Meanwhile, the Mahavikas Aghadi has lashed out at Parambir, questioning why it took so long for him to cooperate with the agencies in their investigation.
ये बहुत ही अचरज की बात है। जो व्यक्ति इस स्टेट के पुलिस के प्रमुख रहे हैं, उनको अगर खतरा लगता है उनकी जान को, तो किसी से खतरा है, क्या खतरा है, वो बताएंगे तो देख सकते हैं।
सुप्रीम कोर्ट में उन्होंने कहा है कि मुझे गिरफ्तार ना किया जाए, लेकिन कोई कितना भी बड़ा व्यक्ति हो, अगर गुनहगार होगा तो गिरफ्तारी होगी। अगर कोई कानूनी अड़चन है तो निश्चित रूप से सरकार उसे दूर करने का काम करेगी।
The biggest development yet in the Maharashtra Haftagate, with Parambir Singh now joining the investigation. What fresh trouble will it spell for former Home Minister of Maharashtra Anil Deshmukh? With Sahil Joshi and Divyesh Singh in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.
It just keeps getting murkier. A retired Mumbai police official has now leveled serious allegations of destruction of evidence and trade with an enemy state against Parambir Singh. Retired Mumbai Police ACP Shamsher Khan Pathan has alleged that during the 26/11 terrorist attack, Parambir Singh, who was the DIG of the anti-terror squad then, had acted against the interests of the country and supported the enemy state. Shamsher Khan has charged Parambir of confiscating dreaded terrorist Ajmal Kasab's phone and ensuring that the phone never appeared during the investigation or during the trial. This kind of a revelation has leveled serious charges against Parambir Singh, and that too, anniversary of 26/11. You have a retired cop lashing out at Parambir Singh, saying that he actually took away Ajmal Kasab's phone and may have even sold it and thereby harmed the interests of the country. Something that could have been crucial investigation wasn't handed over, according to this retired officer. Let's move on to some other stories this morning. A 21-year-old woman from Alua in Kerala has been found dead after the police confirmed that it was a case of death by suicide. The victim here, Mofia Parveen, had allegedly left a note where she accuses her husband of harassment and of domestic violence. But it is the mention of a cop's name that's also got the opposition up and protesting.
An aspiring lawyer and only 21 years old, Mofia Parveen took her life in Alua, a city 28 kilometers from Kochi, accusing her husband Mohammad Sohail and his parents of dowry harassment and domestic violence. Mofia also accused Alua Circle Police Inspector CL Sudhir of harassing her and her father when they went to the police station to lodge a complaint. As news of the suicide spread, the third-year LLB student's husband and in-laws fled Alua. They were later arrested in Kodagamangalam on charges of dowry debt, cruelty and abetment of suicide.
Investigate case DYSP Alua അന്വേഷണം നടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അതിന്റെ ഹസ്ബൻഡും മറ്റേ അച്ഛനും അമ്മയും ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ അന്വേഷണത്തിനായിട്ട് പോലീസ് സ്റ്റേഷനിൽ കൊണ്ടുവന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. സോ ബാക്കിയുള്ള നിയമ നടപടികൾ DYSP Alua സ്വീകരിക്കും.
The law student's death has left her family shattered, but they're not giving up their pursuit of justice. Mofia's family led a protest march with Congress leaders to the Alua police station, demanding that the circle inspector be sacked. They were met with water cannons and barricades as police tried to quell the protest.
ഇവിടെ പോലീസ് ഈ സമരത്തെ ദുർബലപ്പെടുത്താൻ ശ്രമിച്ചതെല്ലാം നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടു. സ്ത്രീകളും ചെറുപ്പക്കാരായിട്ടുള്ള പെൺകുട്ടികൾ ഉൾപ്പെടെയുള്ള ആളുകളുടെ ദേഹത്തേക്കാണ് പിന്നെ ടിയർ ഗ്യാസ് ഉൾപ്പെടെ പോലീസുകാർ പിന്നെ അടിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. തീർച്ചയായും ഈ ഒരു സമരത്തിലും കാണാത്ത രീതിയിൽ ഈ ഒരു ന്യായമായ ഒരു സമരത്തിന് വേണ്ടി നടത്തുന്ന ഒരു ന്യായമായ ഒരു കാര്യത്തിന് വേണ്ടി നടത്തുന്ന ഈ സമരത്തെ
With the Kerala Human Rights Commission calling for a high-level investigation into Mofia's death, the family is hopeful that justice will be delivered. With Rixan Umman Varghese in Kochi, Bureau Report, India Today.
RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat has called partition a never-ending pain. During a book launch event in Noida on Thursday, the RSS chief said that India's partition pain will only be resolved once Pakistan is integrated in India and partition is abolished. Bhagwat said that partition is not a political question, but it is a question of existence. He further added that the proposal for partition of India was accepted only so that the rivers of blood would not flow, but on the contrary, more blood has been shed since.
विभाजन, मातृभूमि का विभाजन, देश का विभाजन, ये न मिटने वाली वेदना है. उसका निराश तभी होगा जब ये विभाजन निरस्त होगा.
And with that, I'm slipping into a short break here on First Up. Stay with us here on India Today as I continue to get you the latest news and updates. Thank you very much for tuning in and have a great day.